Hey guys, this is Mr. H. Hey, I did this question number 24 already, but when I looked at the video, I wasn't particularly happy with the way I did it, so I thought I would redo it and repost it. So this is taken from the January 2023 Algebra 1 Regents exam, question number 24. So I'm going to try this again, and then I'm going to repost it. All right, so we got a word problem here. It says, during the summer vacation, Ben decides to sell hot dogs and pretzels on a food cart in Manhattan. Excuse me. It costs Ben 50 cents for each hot dog and 40 cents for each pretzel. He has only $100 to spend each day on hot dog and pretzels. He wants to sell at least 200 items each day. If H represents the number of hot dogs and P is the number of pretzels, which inequality would be part of a system of the inequalities used to determine the total number of hot dogs and pretzels that Ben can sell? All right, I'm going to jump into this. And one of the things that I like to do is all of the numbers and letters that are important, I like to bring them out and make sure I identify the units. So here's one of the numbers. This is 50 cents for each hot dog. This is 40 cents for, I'm going to say for hot dogs, for each hot dog. And this is 40 cents for each pretzel. All right. And it says he has only $100 to spend. So he has $100 total to spend. And then I'm going to switch the colors up. And then the next thing I want to do is it says he wants to sell at least 200 items each day. Well, what are the items? Well, there's only two things. It's hot dogs and pretzels. So instead of saying items, we're going to say hot dogs and pretzels. So he wants to sell 200 hot dogs and pretzels. Those are the items that he wants to sell. And it tells us that H is the number of hot dogs that he sells. So it's going to be H hot dogs. And we're going to try to figure out what that number is. And then P stands for the number of pretzels that he sells. Now, here's the thing. This is the way I like to kind of break down word problems. You always want to pay attention to the units because the units are telling you what needs to go together. So here are my two inequalities. I'm going to start with the first one. I know that I'm going to be selling 50 cents per hot dog. So I'm going to say 50 cents times H plus 40 cents times P. And I only have $100, so I can't go over $100. So it has to be less than or equal to $100. So this has dollars, this has dollars, this has dollars. That's one equation. So, or one inequality, sorry, it's not an equation. And then my other inequality is going to involve these items. So I'm gonna say, let me move this out of the way. So I'm going to say 200. So that my other inequality is going to be, I want to sell at least 200. So that means a minimum of 200. So it's going to be greater than or equal to 200. And this is hot dogs and pretzels. That's what I want to sell. So that means on the left-hand side of my inequality, it has to be hot dogs. Here's the units. And pretzels. So here are my two inequalities. So 50 cents times H plus 40 cents times P is going to be less than or equal to 100. That's one. And then the other one is going to be H plus P has to be greater than or equal to 200. Now, if you look at the choices, that would be 2. There's nothing else in here that works at all. Nothing. So this is the only inequality that works. The other inequality would be this one. But that's it. And that's what I like to do. The units for this H are hot dogs. The units for P are pretzels. The units for 200 are hot dogs and pretzels because those are the items. The units for this is dollars. The units for this are dollars. The units for this are dollars. So we've got to use those. I'm going to go into a little bit more detail later on why we actually have dollars times H, but just suffice it to say that you always want to put the same units together. All right, I hope this makes sense. I hope that was a little better, and I'm going to stop this and then I'm going to repost it.